Hello and welcome to another Zenphi tutorial. I'm super excited about today's tutorial because we're going to be showcasing a new feature on one of our most powerful existing actions, Execute Script. Inside your Zenphi toolbox, this action has always been a hidden gem. It's the ultimate solution for whenever you want to perform complex calculations or even extract data that is very deeply nested within an email, for example. However, for a long time, using this feature came with a major requirement, meaning you had to know how to write TypeScript. That meant that one of our most powerful and useful actions was only truly useful to a handful of people. That could be developers or even coding experts. However, that barrier is now gone. Today we're going to be going over how we have added AI to our Execute Script action to make it so that you don't need to have coding knowledge. You're going to be able to see how easy it is to simply describe what you want the script to do in plain English and be able to tackle something like a complex loan payment calculation with notifications and Google Sheets integration. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. The first step to any Zenphi flow is to set up your trigger. In this example, we're using the Zenphi form trigger, meaning it's going to start the flow whenever a new form response is submitted. So here I have added a couple questions. So essentially when a client comes in and wants a quote, the agent will come fill out the form with the client's name, their email, as well as information on the loan. To make sure that every request has a unique ID, I'm going to be using this action called Generate With to make sure we have a unique ID for each request. Now here's where the fun comes in. We're going to use our Execute Script action. It was already existing. This has always been here. However, as you can see, now we have our Zenphi AI assistant to be able to help us generate the script, the schema, and the parameters. All we have to do is click on this button, and it's going to ask us what we want the script to do. And here I have indicated that I need a script to figure out monthly loan payments based on this formula. So if there's any formulas you need for your calculations, make sure to include them. But you can make this as simple as possible. If you hover over this, you can see an example of how simple your script prompt can be. And then all you have to do is click on Generate. And then that's going to create the generated script here. Previously, you would have to create this on your own. But with AI, it's simpler than ever. All you have to do is click on Apply. It'll automatically create the schema for you, so you don't even have to do this part. Down at the bottom, you'll also see the parameters. Previously, you would have to indicate these on your own. It'll automatically create them based on the prompt you gave, so you don't even have to think of that either. And then all we have to do is indicate which value goes where. So this one would be this token, annual interest rate would be this one, and then the loan term in years would be our last form question. If we go to our output, we can see that we have the monthly payment there as well. Now, just to make sure that when I send out the email, the interest is a percentage, I'm going to use the math operation to make sure I multiply that by 100, but this is completely optional. It's just so I have that format. And I'm going to go ahead and notify the requester. So by using our send email action, I'm going to send it to the requester's email. Feel free to update the subject, the sender display name, the body. You can add as much information as you want here. So what I'm doing is adding the questions from the form, the interest from our maths operation action, and then the monthly payment would come from our Execute Script action. So once again, you can get everything from here. And the last step to make sure that everything stays organized is to add it to a spreadsheet. So I have created this spreadsheet within Google Sheets. We're going to be using our add row action. We're going to set up our connection to Google Drive to make sure that we grant Zenphi permission to be able to access our spreadsheet. We're going to click the Google Drive icon here to be able to select the spreadsheet we want to work with. And then we can click this one to select the sheet name. Then all we have to do is load the headers and indicate which token belongs in which column. Now let's go ahead and do a test run. So let's go ahead and fill out the form. We'll click on Submit. And as we can see, it already completed. If we open up this spreadsheet, we can see that it added the information I just submitted. And this is what the client's email would look like. So as you can see, it included their name, all of the information that was on the form, as well as the calculated amount that we didn't have to code for. And that would be everything for this tutorial. If you guys have any questions, make sure to leave them down in the comments section. I'm certain that with this new upgrade, so many more users are going to get use out of this powerful action. So I hope you guys like it just as much as I do. I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Bye bye.